Good evening, beautiful people. Good to see you this Sunday evening. Big waves out there. Come on, get them up, get them up, get them up. Last week of 2020. Yes. You got to get really excited on like a Sunday evening late when you've already had dinner and it's like, some of you's getting ready to bed down for the night and it's like, all right, now it's me. It's my time, right? So but I really like this call. I like doing it every Sunday evening because for me, it's just a way to kind of set the mind right going into the next week. And so tonight's super special because it's actually the last Sunday evening call of 2020, And I kind of want to do a couple of housekeeping, if you will, for a little bit. You know, I want to talk a little bit about what we got coming up, but let me tell you, I'm going to go ahead and tell you kind of what's the game plan for tonight. Okay, um, we we're going to talk just really briefly about the transformational throwdown. We're going to make sure that you got all the information for that coming up January the 6th. We're also going to talk about our destination event coming up in February the 19th and 20th, and the mastermind being on the 18th in Destin, Florida. That's coming up. We got block rates that just hit and just went out at the Hilton Garden Inn where we're holding the event. It's going to be a little bit different than the last event that we hosted, and we got a really, really cool, side venue for you, but a really cool setup with the way we're going to do the event this time. It's going to be completely different in the way that we do it, the way that we organize it, the way that the day rolls. So we're excited about that. And we've actually got a great story. 23 pounds down through the holidays, Manda McGinnis from Starkville, Mississippi, is going to be joining us tonight. And I really asked her, hey, I want to know, first of all, congratulations, but I want to know what you're doing. I want to know how you're doing it. Give us a couple of little secrets. And she said, I'll give you a few, but I'm not giving all of them because I'm going to win the transformational throwdown. I'm going to put some cash in my pocket. And I said, perfect. I like a competitive spirit. And then we're going to finish out the night by someone that I personally got to know and has become really near and dear to me. His leadership, the way he treats people, the way he leads people. But he's somebody, I always like to say that you wouldn't go ask investment advice from someone that makes less money than you, right? Usually. Would you agree? Like that, you wouldn't seek advice on how to invest your money from someone that does not have a savings account or does not do any investments. I think that would just make common sense. Well, I feel the same way about going into the new year. We got this profession, we got network marketing, we got this company that is like getting ready to literally explode from the seams all over the world. So we got it all here for us. It's all in place. It's all at our disposal. It just keeps getting better and better and better. But how do you go into the new year to get it? Like to make it happen, to build it big for you, for your family, and then ultimately to your team, to lead by example. Well, you're going to hear, I believe you got to find somebody that's been there, that's done it. And tonight from Jackson, Tennessee, we're going to hear from Chris Doyle, somebody that literally has made millions of dollars in the industry, that's going to talk to you about mindset, about things you need to do going into this new year to get what you want for the new year. Okay. And I couldn't think of a better way to finish up like 2020 on the last Sunday call. So excited about that. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to go right into it. First of all, the transformational throwdown. I've had a lot of people reach out. The obviously the flyer. It's, to me, it's all about building for an event, right? If we're going to go into a fight, Arlene, we got to go into it ready, right? Juiced up, excited about it. Like we got to build for the event. We want the audience to be there. Well, to me, the transformational throwdown. Hold on just a second. I'm getting a little background. Give it time. I'm going to find. If your line's unmuted, if you could mute it for me. So going into, going into this transformational throwdown, like the big thing for me is I believe that you've got to make the decision, right? So my question to you right now, and I'm going to show you what I did. I'm not telling you you got to do this, but I had to get the products in my possession, right? So Anthony, could you show the products I got there delivered to my home? Okay. Um, I had to first get the products in my possession because I had to get excited. You realize when a box shows up, something new, it's kind of like unwrapping a gift. I knew this was going to be my transformational throwdown. I knew that I was going to get excited. Anthony, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm trying to get it to pull up here. It wouldn't. It's
Okay.
not low.
So so I got this delivery. So my thing is, whatever that is for you, whatever your weight loss, whatever the product scenario you've got, we pick some. I love the 2-month transformational pack that we got because it's going to cover you for 8 weeks during that 8-week period from January the 6th through January, February, that 8-week period. So we don't worry about it, Anthony, no big deal. But I got this package delivered and it got me excited. It got me fired up. It got me motivated. So I had to make the decision. I had to get the products in front of me, but then I had to announce it to the world. So I took this picture, I put it out there on RX Nation and MOA Challenge, and I said, I'm not saying you got to get all this, but I had to get it. I had to really get my mind ready to go on this journey. And since then, I've got more Vanali in and some other things. But man, I couldn't tell you how excited I was to get the product, to get ready for this transformational throwdown January the 6th. So Anthony, could we show them the other slide of some of the popular things that's being ordered right now? And we'll put all this in the chat section. But the 2-month transformational pack. Some people's got the month of Slenderize and the Rejuvenex, right? They're getting on that in the MOA. So here's the deal: just get what you need ready for January the 6th. Get what you need ready for January the 6th, and we've got, if somebody can put Robin DeMio's number up there in the chat section, if you get your products and you're ready and you've got your order number or your whatever number you need, if you'll message Robin DeMio, she'll give you this background. Okay. She'll send you a form to send out. It's kind of like, I'm ready. It kind of puts your statement out there. Okay. Anthony, do you got that picture of the form Robin sends? Anthony's loving me right now. He's like, come on, coach. So we got a form, that Dave Vance would put his name on, or Brent Palmer would put his name on, and it's your mobile number, your order number. I am launching the 2021 with the transformational throwdown challenge. You know, I will send my pre-photos in. Now we got a link on January the 6th. We'll give you that link. Thank you, Anthony, for that. But Robin DeMio will put her number up in the chat. She can get you this. She's volunteered her time to do this. But this is a huge, huge opportunity for you to go all in. And for me, I just last week's call, I announced it to everybody that I'm going to. Jerry Hasse did it a couple of weeks ago. He said, I'm going to go into the new year already in a huge transformational form, as far as my body, as far as my health, as far as my, and he started working out. He started preparing for it. And he's going to go into 2021 where he wanted to be. All right. Well, somebody else that did it was Amanda McGinnis. And I'm going to bring her on right now. I want to show a picture right now. Andrea, if you could, I want to show the picture of Amanda and just welcome her. Anthony's showing it right now. 23 pounds down, 23 pounds down from Starkville, Mississippi. She said, I want to do this during the holidays. I want to do this during Thanksgiving, during Christmas. Okay. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's what she set out to do, and she's doing it. So, Amanda, if you could, we're going to unmute your line, and I want you to talk to us a little bit about kind of your mindset of what you wanted and what you did to start this journey. Like, you didn't just wake up one day, you had to kind of put some things in motion. So what did you do to start this journey? And first of all, big shout out to you and congratulations. Everybody give her a shout out in the chats.
Hey, y'all. Okay, well, what I kind of did was I just made the decision, kind of said it's time to start being a product of my product and practice what I preach on my health and wellness page. I've been doing it for 9 years. And I had a major endocrine system crash and I had a breakdown, which caused a lot of weight gain. So as I started gaining weight, I started losing confidence in things. So I went all in on myself and we went to Arkansas. And it really sunk into me a lot with Dr. Ginger and the Arkansas group started talking about insulin resistance and how your body acts with its blood sugar levels and how you balance out your hormones, and everything she was saying and Richard Tuggle was speaking right into me. But they didn't know that I had prayed all the way there. I was literally at the bottom, at my rock bottom. And that kind of just jump started it. I started watching a lot online and stuff. But Dr. Ginger, she just kind of explained the Transformation Pack C, and that was what they all do. And that was a 1 month supply. And me being a single mom housekeeper, that's what I can afford. So I came home and I ordered a pack, and then we went to the Texas event and I saw more testimonies and people. And I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. And I just knew it. It was like, I'm not the person that usually sits in the shallow end. I'm the one that usually jumps off the bridge first, or I used to be. And I don't know how I got lost in all of it. So then roll into the GoPro event, Brent. Thank you. The GoPro event really nailed it for me. So over the holiday, which that was on my birthday, December 12th, I just made a decision that day. There's no more excuses, no more no reason why I can't do what I'm doing. I have all the products. I've gone in on myself 1,000 times. And I don't know, do you want me to show any of the products? The drops?
Yeah, we can just, I think everybody knows them, but let's,
Yeah.
I want to talk about it, but I want to bring out a couple of key points.
Okay.
You would probably not be sitting here right now 23 pounds down had you not showed up to Arkansas to a destination event and then turned around and went back to Texas to another event. Understand what happened to her. So for everybody, so you can see this, her belief was created at the event from people that were having success with their health. And she said, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. It's the power of flexing the storytelling muscle, allows people to say, if they can do it, I can do it. And then Amanda grabbed it. Okay. So you made that decision, Amanda. She just said she ordered a Transformation C pack, which is a 1 month supply of the products to be able to start this transformational journey of weight loss. And then from there, so what was in the Transformational C pack? You don't have to raise it up. You can just tell us.
It's the drops, the slenderized drop system, the Rejuvenate, the MOA, and I don't think the Given Greens were with it, but I went ahead and ordered that on the side. And my secret weapon that I want to show to everyone, this is the one secret I'm going to tell you, and the best product by far, I believe, is Restorix. This is a cleanse, and over the holidays, since Thanksgiving, I ate way too much. I started a cleanse, and that kind of catapulted into the losing 23 pounds. So,
Raise your hand if you've had the Restorix. Anybody? It's just, I've had it. It's an amazing product, and it's like you use it for the entire until the bottle runs out, and it's pretty self-explanatory. But it's like, you just swig it down. I take it just like a shot.
It's a 1 month cleanse, and it cleanses like your organs. It pulls all the toxins and heavy metals out of your organs. And see, that was my issue. The reason why I was started in this industry was because of my medical expense, like my medical issues and everything. So since starting all of just this transformation pack, I know I have a whole long story I can tell you guys, but I'm not going to go into that. I knew I had to get off all the prescription medicines. The doctors kept pouring medicines into me. And I literally decided to listen to Dr. Ginger and everyone else that day in Arkansas. And I knew I had my hand on gold. Until that moment, I didn't really know. So I researched and researched and researched. And then I was like, okay, I'm actually going to do it. 2021 is coming, but I'm not going to wait. Like, I'm not going to be waiting on New Year's. I'm going to be ahead of the game. But I have not started working out yet. So that is with zero working out and just following the Slenderize program. And yeah, that's it. It's pretty easy.
That's amazing. And so I want to talk to you just a little bit. I want to kind of go back and forth with you just a minute, if you will, because you're going to see a parallel tonight. Now, she's talking about products, she's talking about her health, but we could easily move to the business. We could move to that where it's a story you connect with. It's a decision of getting from where you are right now to where you want to go. It's all the same. It's just where you make the decision. So she made the decision in her health, and Amanda, we're so glad you did, 23 pounds down. But the first thing you had to do was the decision. And then let me ask you a question. Did you announce it to anybody? Like, did you announce it to Nathan? Did you announce it to somebody? Who did you announce it to? Like, I'm about to get serious.
Well, first it was Anthony, Anthony Moreland, and I cried to him. I screamed and kicked my feet and everything. I was ready to give up on everything. And I was just, as far as the weight, I just spoke it to the whole group. I've never told anybody how much my weight is, but I will just tell you my goal is 60 pounds to get what I was. I've spoke it, I put it out there, and yeah.
That's powerful. An accountability partner. So you made a decision, you announce it to the world, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But now, as you've been through this journey, 23 pounds down now, and this is a short amount of time that she's down 23 pounds. What? I got to ask you one thing. I know you've had temptation, okay?
No.
So is there a nugget you could tell us that you use to fight temptation? We all have them. I love to eat. So what would be the tip? Like when you're tempted, what would be the tip you?
The Slenderize drops help curb your appetite. And my nugget is again from Dr. Ginger. She said the drops do not work in the bottle. So I kept being like, I didn't eat breakfast, so I'm not going to take my drops. No, you take your drops anyway. You forget to eat, you do, you need to snack through the day, take your drops anyway. And I actually, sometimes if I do cheat, which I love cheese, I can't give up dairy, working on that, hopefully. Yeah, I just take an extra drop before I go to bed. Extra set of drops. I don't know if we're supposed to or not, but that's like my golden nugget. And I'll just do better the next day. Don't just give up. Also, my other little nugget is it's not really worth it. One banana will set you behind 3 days. Your results will, your blood sugar levels, you have to understand what insulin resistance is. And once you learn that, you just have to stick on that, and then you're not going to be as tempted to touch anything, which I'm not a sweets person, but over the holidays I didn't eat 3 plates. I barely ate 1 plate because I just wasn't hungry. And so it's a mindset. That's why I was saying it's all about the mind, because I know what to do. I've preached it forever in my health and wellness page, but now I have to practice what I preach, because nobody's going to believe me if I don't believe myself.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Amanda, thank you so much. And I know you're not through. I know this is, but you're in this inspiration. I mean, you're making an impact in so many people's lives. And to some extent, sometimes you don't even realize it when you're doing it. But there's somebody on here tonight that's tired of where they're at physically. They're tired of where they're at in their health. Like they don't like the way their clothes fit on them. And I want to tell you, I've been there. I stayed there. Like I have moments where that is a key factor. And making the decision, it's been fun for me to like announce it to everybody. Like I am going on a transformation. I'm 45 years old, and I'm going to get very, very healthy at 45 years old. And I'm excited about that, but it takes accountability. It takes people like yourself being in here with us. So Amanda, thank you. Congratulations, and keep up the great work. Y'all give Amanda a big shout out. Thank you so
Thank
much.
y'all. I appreciate it. I'll see you at the top.
Absolutely. And she's actually headed to Destin, Florida. I saw she booked her room, and she's got her room in Destin, Florida at the block rate. And I want to touch on that, okay? Because, well, let me say this. I challenge each of you to find a way by January the 6th. Not for it's not about money, it's about change. If you're not happy with where you're at in your health, and we have hands down the greatest products that you can put in your body. Like, get what you can get. Somebody said, do I got to order the 2-month transfer? No. Do I got to do this? You don't have to do anything, but get what you need to go on this 8-week journey with us starting January the 6th. We're going to put the link, Anthony will put the link in the chat of where to go register January the 6th so that you can be a part of this 8-week program for us. Like, go get you the background from Robin DeMio that we'll put her number up here. Like, let's get excited together about making a change in our life, right? I know that's what Jerry Hossey wanted to do. I know that's what Brent Palmer wants to do. I know Ashley Paulson up in Denver made a decision a while back to do it, and she's a better result for herself and for her kids and for her family today because of it. Like, we've all seen major results. And so if you go, Brent, you've really been hammering that. I have. I really have. Because I want you to be a part of this with us January the 6th if you want it for yourself. Which kind of leads me into Destin. February the 19th and 20th, we've got an event in Destin, Florida. Okay? And today, and we just announced, Anthony, if you can show that flyer, if you will. The block rate is up. It is live, and you got to get your room while it lasts. Okay, it's at the Hilton Garden Inn in Destin, Florida, and truly, it's going to be an amazing event. I mean, I've been speaking with the leaders, Chris, Todd, Aaron, all the different leaders, Tammy, Crystal. It's going to be an amazing, amazing event. I don't want to leave somebody out, but the get and book your room, okay? The room rates, the rooms are super affordable, and now's the time to get it. Go ahead and lock it in so that you can be there. And we will have another mastermind session on February the 18th for anyone that's income earner of 1,000 per week or above. Will be at that mastermind session. So that's coming up. You're going to hear more about that in the weeks to come. So just wanted to bring that up tonight. And now I want to bring up right now and shift gears, right? So you heard, so let me preface this before I bring him on. You've heard tonight, if you're on this Zoom or you're watching the recording and you would like to really, really take control of your body, take control of your immune system, take control of your blood work, take control of your, maybe it's your athletic performance, maybe it's your flexibility, maybe it's your circulation, maybe it's weight loss, maybe you want to tone up. I don't know what it is. But if you want to take control of that, join us January the 6th. Okay? We're in a health and wellness company. The best billboard you could have is the billboard of yourself walking around in your community with everybody going, what in the world, Jerry Hotsey, are you doing? You look amazing. You go, well, I'm glad you asked. We can do it for you. But you know something else you can do. Some of you are real good on the health side, but you clam up on the business side. The next gentleman we're going to swap over to was someone that I've had the privilege of getting to know, and he was someone that when he found this industry, he had made millions and millions and millions of dollars, literally. The government signed something into office that many of you know about. I won't steal his thunder, but it also took his business away from him and took all those millions and left him with debt and despair and not knowing really how to get out of it. Today He thanks God every day for this industry, for the person that walked up and showed him and shared with him what this could be. And he grabbed it, he's worked hard with it, and he's turned it into millions and millions of dollars and a legacy that I know is near and dear to his heart, and that's his kids and his grandkids. So I want to bring up truly one of the greatest leaders that I've been associated with in the industry in my short time, but a guy that's going to talk to you about mindset going into the new year. So put your hands together and give some big shout outs in the comments out of Jackson, Tennessee, Mr. Chris Doyle. Chris,
Hey,
thanks so much for being here.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Thanks so much for being here. And we're excited about you. Obviously, I know, I get on the Saturday calls all the time, but I'm super excited about you talking about what you've done over the years to get yourself ready for an explosive year to come. And we talk about it every week, me and you do, just about where the company is, where the industry is. It's the right place. It's the right time. We're going to explode this thing all over the world. But how do these people sitting here get their mind right? So thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, Coach. I'm excited. It was really great to hear Amanda's story, because the truth is what Amanda just said pretty much carries over to the business, because whenever you decide to do anything, it's all about your mind. And I wished I could tell you that I was one of those people that built their mind so easily. It didn't happen that way. I was very fortunate at an early age. Some things happened in my life that made me believe I could do more. So I think for so many, and I feel so, sometimes I feel like a fake because I'm not this smart guy. I don't have no education. I didn't go to college. I don't degrees. I mean, I didn't do any of that stuff, but I had a mindset at an early age that I could do something special. It probably came from my mom. She passed away a couple of years ago, but my mom instilled on me that you could do something special if you decided to. And it didn't really matter what it was. I really will tell you, I didn't look for network marketing. I didn't want to be in network marketing. How's that for bad? Good way to start the call, right? I didn't want to be a network marketer. I hated the thoughts of being a network marketer. I even didn't tell people I was network marketing in the beginning. I just said I was a marketing guy. I was traveling. I had this but here's the point. I saw, and if you'll do your due diligence, business is just business. And that is, risk versus return. Network marketing has the lowest risk of anything I've ever seen with the highest return. I've invested in a lot of things. Nothing have I ever invested in. How much did it cost me to get started in RX? I bought a elite pack at the time. They didn't have ultimates. So I had an elite pack. It cost me $1,500. Okay. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's millions of dollars ago. So here's my point. The first company I joined cost $695 to get involved. And I didn't have that money. I was broke. But I saw a chance for somebody to do something again. But the one thing that I had that most hadn't is I had, like you mentioned, I had lost a company where I had made millions of dollars, where that I had a mindset that I can do this. And so many on here and so many people I run into don't believe in themselves. It really hurts me. It bothers me that they don't. What I love about network marketing is this, and I've been watching football all day. I love football, but I was not an athlete. I was the guy that was the bench warmer all the time. And I'm good on the pine. Wasn't because I didn't want to play. I mean, I know the coaches always wondered, my two older brothers were great athletes, but I wasn't. But I was good at business. And I learned at an early age that it's all about your ethics and you got to believe in yourself, but you know what? You got to believe in your team. And I want to tell you something. It is so much right here. It ain't about, these products are amazing. We all agree on that. We've heard Amanda's story. She talked about the Restorix. And I was thinking, yeah, I drank that just a few minutes ago. I mean, I could tell you all the health stories. I could tell you, I'm not about the health story here. I'm here to tell you that you're in the greatest industry in the world without question, yet it has a bad reputation. It does. It deserves it. It deserves it because there's so many bad companies and so many people out there that don't build a company right. And what you're a part of is a company that's trying to change that. They are not trying anymore. They told us that vision almost 8 years ago that they were going to create a company. And I don't mean to sound that I wasn't believing, but these guys had such a vision. I wanted to say, Fred, dude, I just need to make money, dude. I just need, I mean, if I can go back to making my multi-six-figure income, I don't care if y'all become a $1 billion company. Now, of course, now that they're publicly traded, I'm a little more motivated. So, but here's the thing I want you to understand right here. Everything that you do, everything that you say, and athletes will tell you the same things. Before you start, you got to believe in yourself and you got to believe in your ability. And there's going to be things that you aren't good at. The things you are good at, work on those first. The things you're bad at, work on to improve. Here's the funny part. I would have never believed if you'd have told me 19 and a half years ago, I would have stood in front of 10,000 people and spoke. Actually more than that. But I mean, the point I'm making is I was scared to speak in front of 10, but I worked on it. I sucked at it, but I worked on it some more. And how did that get better? I mean, I will tell you some tips to get better, but the most important thing that you can do is understand that the company you're part of is doing something big. Otherwise, I wouldn't work right now. I don't have to do this anymore. It's fun to me when I see something happening special. And I believe 2021 and 2022 will see this company go to a $3 to $4 billion company. We know so many things. It may be bigger than that. Here's the point. It doesn't have to be. I was going to be happy as $500 million company because I'm going to get my cut. Does that make sense? So I want you to think about something. As we start into 2021, everyone on here, if I'm going to give you my tips. What does Chris Doyle do? What did I do when I started here? You know what? I have a book right here. I forgot about this. I'm going to get up. You tell this is just not shot recruited. I've got it right here. I guess I know. I actually found some things from when I was originally started in the network marketing industry. Here's the crazy part. Guess what my goal was? My original goal. I'm going to freak y'all out because remember, I was making millions of dollars. So I set a goal to make $36,000 a month. And I got people that say, how could you set a goal of $36,000? Well, I had made $250,000 a month in blue jean business. So to me, $36,000 was pretty low end goal. Yet I got people here that won't set a goal of $1,000 a month. So they're selling themselves short. And what I love about network marketing is that it takes an average person with an above average want to. Here's the key. An average person with an above average want to, and it levels the playing field. See, I can't outrun Anthony. If it comes to a track and field event, it wouldn't make any difference. If he gave me a 50-yard head start, he's still going to outrun me. But see, that's because it's not level playing field. Anthony's a track athlete, and I'm an overweight 64-year-old man. But you level the playing field in network marketing. I don't care if you've got 6 college educations in marketing. I don't care if you've got 6 master's degrees. I don't care if you have 3 doctorate degrees. I'm not against doctors. I'm not against education. So don't get the wrong impression. Sent both my kids to college. I want you to understand that in network marketing, you throw all that out the window. It don't matter, except for maybe credentials. Certainly having a doctorate degree has helped to know that, hey, that you get some credibility with it. But I got news for you. Give me a person with a want to, with a drive and a belief level, and I will show you somebody. I could tell you hundreds of stories of people that I've watched I didn't think had it in them, but they had the drive. They had the want to. They had the ability to go out and change what they wanted to do. So number one, what's my tip? Write a goal down and write it down where you can see it every day. So if you're going to have a 2021 goal, and I'm not here to tell you what your goals need to be, because some people come to me and they'll say, I want to make $1 million a month. And that's great. But you got to start with $1,000 a month. You got to start with $1,000 a week. You got to start somewhere before you can build. I mean, coach, you coach in high school and you watch kids go all the way to college and play ball. You watch them go to the NFL and play ball. Here's the thing. They started somewhere in the Pee Wee leagues and they had to learn, and they didn't. I'm a big Peyton Manning fan. Obviously, I'm from Tennessee, but I've been told stories about how many hours he watched film, how many passes he would throw after practice, how many times but see, everybody, all they see is the stuff that happens on Sundays or Saturdays when he was in college. And the same thing is true in network marketing. We hear about my success, but you don't know about the nights I drove till midnight. You don't know about the meetings so you hear about the success stories, but you don't hear about the crashes. And I was thinking about something because of football today. I'm going to give you a story how that happens. My wife reminded me of this. When I was with my previous company, I was struggling to make it happen. I was working so hard. And I had a couple in Detroit, Michigan, going to a home party, Super Bowl weekend. They promised me they were going to have a big crew there. They would have 10 people. So I drove from Jackson, Tennessee to Detroit, Grosse Pointe, Michigan, which is the south part of Detroit, to do a meeting on Super Bowl Sunday, because it was more important to me to make money than it was to watch the Super Bowl. I can tell you who was playing. I mean, it was the Oakland Raiders. At that time, they were in Oakland. Doesn't matter, except to understand that I drove all the way there in a snowstorm within a Suburban with 330,000 miles, because I was broke and I needed it bad. I slept in that Suburban many nights. Here's the point. They didn't show up. Not only did they not have a guest, the people hosting the party stood me up. They weren't even home. I had confirmed it 2 days before I left. So most people quit when something like that happens. And don't think I wasn't upset. I drove 13 hours back home. No one, I will tell you this, if you want to drive fast, drive the interstate on Super Bowl Sunday. There's nobody there. I never realized how dead the interstate is. So I listened to the Super Bowl on the radio. I drove home frustrated, but I didn't give up. So what's the difference maker here? Guys, making a decision to move forward is not about how fast you go, because Brent told you about my success, but here's what he didn't tell you is that I took a lot of bullets on the way. And that's where most people fail. So write down what you're trying to accomplish and then set yourself up some goals and make yourself this, not just anybody can write a goal. I can tell you, I want to be debt free, and I can tell you can, but then you got to have a plan. I mean, I think that's why coaches are good at this, because they plan for football games. They have a game plan. They know how to game plan. They get decisions made. So here, you've got to do the same thing. What is your plan? How are you going to get where you need to be? Well, one, you don't listen to somebody that don't know anything about the industry. Don't listen to your broke brother-in-law. He won't help you. Broke brother-in-laws have never made it in this industry. As a matter of fact, Brent said, listen to people. I don't get my advice from broke people, not my financial advice. If I need a mechanic, I want a mechanic. If I need a heart surgeon, I don't want a plumber. Similar, right? I want a heart surgeon. Here's what I want you to understand. Same thing with network marketing. Listen to, when Coach Palmer gives you tips, he's as good as I've ever seen. I'm not saying that because I'm on his call. I'm saying that because I've watched him and I've observed him as a leader, as one of the best in our industry. Listen, when he tells you something, it's because he's trying to help you. Same thing with me telling my team, I'm not trying to do it to make you upset. I'm trying to get you more successful. Sure, I'm going to be rewarded because I want to make more money if I build a bigger team. But you'll be amazed how many people I help, and Coach Palmer helps us not on his team. It's about helping people build this company and get us into momentum. So write yourself a goal, then write yourself a plan. That plan can be as basic as I'm going to talk to one person a day, one person a week. Here's what I will tell you. If it's 5 a day, it just faster. How fast do you want to get somewhere? Okay. It's just not, it's not any, if you walk to town or drive to town, it's faster, right? So here's the thing. I will tell you, it's nothing more than numbers. Our business is about talking to enough people, planting enough seeds, and sharing what you have with enough people. If you're a product of the product, you've got your story, whether it's a weight loss story or whether it's a health story, I can promise you these products will make a difference for most people. The ones that don't are the ones that, like Amanda said, they don't put them in their body. They don't work in the bottle. Okay. So let's just talk back about the business. I have people say, I want to be a leader. Okay, great. You want to be a leader. We want you to be a leader, but you can't be a leader until you have somebody following. So you've got to build an organization that's on your team before you can become their leader. Don't try to become a leader to somebody else's team. Become a leader to your organization. And then you'll move forward. It may be not forward. So Britt really talked hard, and I really believe Amanda was a perfect example. She said she came to Arkansas, and that event changed her. I remember her being there. I remember her leaving, and I remember getting a hug from her saying, I'm going to change. I'm going to make some changes. And she did. She made a decision. Same thing will hold true with the people from now and when we get to the Destin event. So if you want your business to grow, not only will you be at the event, that's a gimme. If you're serious about the business, you have to figure out how to get there. More importantly is get someone from your team there. Not cross line. You have someone from your organization. That's how you get your business moving. It's not about how many people. If I'm going to show up, because I'm going to show up, my goal is to get the team to get there. Because what happens at an event? Belief level increases. They hear more stories. Then they get tidbits from someone, and it may be just a line that heard somebody say. And I've used, someone asked me, how do I prospect? I wish I could just give you a magic formula of what I say. It all has to do with the person I'm talking to. There's not a magic to any of this except for one part: consistency. Consistency with the things that work. Consistency is not seeing how many times I'm looking at my X office and see if somebody might have joined. I don't even know how to work an X office. I can promise you Todd Rowland cannot find his way around the X office. But I tell you what we do. We do the things that make us profitable. What is that? One-on-ones, two-on-ones, sharing the business, and we have a plan to make that happen. Does that make any sense? Brent, am I kind of going, I don't know, we didn't talk about what we're talking about. But
no, it's actually perfect. And Chris, I say this all the time, and I know you see it like coaching people because you have such a passion for coaching, is whether it's, I call it 5-3-3, like what I mean by that, like I'm going to invite 5 people today. Like I'm going to invite them to something. I'm going to get 3 people today to watch the video and then get them on a 3-way call. Like I'm not going to go to bed at night until that's done. Like, and then I'm going to do 3 follow-ups. So I'm going to get 5 invites out. I'm going to get 3 people to watch the video, 3 people that gets on a 3-way call, and I'm going to get 3 people to that I followed up with. I see so many people that'll go through a year like 2020 that will get on all the Zooms, that will go to GoPro, that will become a student, but the one practice that actually drives the results, they leave out. And you nailed it in what you said. It doesn't have to be 5-3-3. You can make it hey, success loves speed. So the faster you want to go, make it 10-15-15 or 1-1-1, like, but make it something. Make it something. And Chris, I heard that come out of your mouth. And the other thing I heard come out is, I always say, like, you got to peel back the onion, the layers. Like I can't say I want to make $10,000 a month. Okay, well, why do I want to make $10,000 a month? Okay, then now I got the why. Now I got to get the how. How am I going to make this happen? Well, I got to get one person involved before I can get 10. Right? So it's just putting it down on paper. And I got that out of that, Chris. And I want to bring you to this because I know you've been through it. You've been through momentum. And momentum, I always said this as a coach. Like when you're 10-0 as a coach, you're the smartest person in the world. Right. Like, and everybody wants you to show up to their clinics and they want you to talk. When you're 1-9, like you're doing the same thing, but you're dumb and no one wants you to show up to their stuff. That was supposed to be y'all's chance to laugh. You know, that was my attempt for humor. Well, in network marketing, when your company, some people spend a whole life in network marketing and never go through momentum with the company. But Chris, you've been able to experience momentum with the company before, and you see this company and the makings of what it's getting ready to do. As far as going into momentum, like what did you do like during that time? Because there's probably a lot of people in that company before that missed it. Company went through momentum, but they didn't get none of it. So you're not guaranteed it. Like what I think when I look at you and Todd and Ken Bailey and Aaron, like y'all just get after it, man. Like in front of people all day, every day, like you just make it happen. But going back to that point, because that's where we're at right now, what do we need to be doing right now?
Aggressive, everyday, consistent action. Like you just said, sharing the video, whatever way your team members work, it doesn't make any difference, but sharing that plan, whether the video is obviously the easiest way to do that. But I want to sit down with people one-on-one because my closing rate is about 5 times higher. If I can, Zooms, I would tell anybody to say, you know what, I'm going to do a Zoom a day. I'm going to do 2 Zooms a day. I'm going to do 5 Zooms a day. I don't know what person's schedule is. I went in and I quit my job. My wife was not really happy because I had lost my company. I finally found work and I hated what I was doing. And I just decided when I found this and I met Coach Rowland, and I don't mean that to sound really bad, but I mean, I saw that he would made about $25,000 in a month. And I'm like, this dumb football coach from Arkansas just ain't that sharp. But what I underestimated was his work ethic. So what was the difference? Nothing. So I believe that I went to work at it at a half a day in either 12 hours. Kimmons Wilson told me that on a plane once. If you know who Kimmons Wilson is, he founded Holiday Inn. And I got the privilege of flying on a plane with him on a Delta flight. And he said, we just talked, and I realized who he was. And he said, son, I'll just tell you something. I was probably 45 at the time. I had my blue jean on. He said, find something that you love and you put half a day in it. And I said, a half a day? Yeah, 12 hours a day. That's a half a day the way I count it. It's 24 hours a day. Put 12 hours in every day and do it 7 days a week and you'll be all right. Well, I worked that way. That's just the way I did. And so my success in the other is I found out Todd Rowland worked more than a half a day. I couldn't catch him because he was working 14 hours when I was working 10, and he was working 16 hours so I do not want to paint the pretty picture. I will tell you it's worth it. If you will put the time and efforts in this industry with this, you got a company that is about to explode. And I'm going to talk about the momentum in just a second. But if you'll put the time in, it'll happen. It took me a long time to get better. And many people on here will say, how did you get better? Because I kept doing it. Anybody ever played the there's a card game. It's called Free Sale. You ever heard of Free Sale? Little card game. I found it on my computer once when I was flying and traveling a lot, sitting in hotel rooms. First few times I played it, I might win 2 out of 10. I can assure you, I win 100 of 100 now. Period. End of discussion. I will never lose. Why? Practiced. And so it doesn't matter whether it's free sale, football, throwing a football, catching a baseball, or doing presentations. Practice. And the more times you do it, the better you're going to get at it. But here's what I want you to know, Brent. I believe that I have really not, most people know that I have been really kind of retired. The last year, those in Arkansas know I went to work about 18 months ago, really hard. Just not hard like I did before, but much harder than I had been working, I assure you. Why did I do that? Because I can see what's happening. Guys, you don't go from a $230 million company to a $600 million company. You see those reports about Europe, the numbers they're doing in Europe. Now they're a bigger market than China. Nobody thought anybody could beat China. Guess what? Somebody didn't listen to that. So now they're breaking China's records. My point is our company is going to become multi-billion-dollar company. And there's going to be people look back at this and say, wow, wished I had put more effort in, wished I had done a little bit, because with the way our comp plan works. So to answer your question, yes, I have seen momentum with one other company. I was with that company 12 years. Here's the numbers I will tell you. What happened? Nothing changed during the momentum. I was doing the same exact work I was doing when I was struggling. It's just that I got a lot of people that were struggling, and then it kind of hit. We had a system just literally like what you and Todd have worked so hard on to put together. And we got this video system and things where we can plug people in, and it made it simpler. And I will put it this way. My first year network marketing, I put in 90 people. Not me personally, I put in 3. My team put in 90 in a year. Second year wasn't much better. To be honest with you, I almost quit. Matter of fact, I had quit 6 or 8 times in my mind, but I started back because I didn't know where I was going to go, what I was going to do to give me a chance to do something special. So the thing I want you to know is that I didn't do anything different, and then it just started happening. And so here's a guy that took him 2 years to get 100 people, another year to maybe another 150 people. And then my 3rd and 4th year, it began to happen. And it was just the same things I was doing, but I had more people doing it. And I had some months then that I had 500 and 600 people join my team. 500 and 600 a month join my team. I had 100 rep day before, but it took me a year to get 100. What changed? Duplication, a system, and momentum. And I watched my paychecks. The best way to describe it is the first 5 years there, I made some decent money. I had a six-figure income in like those three of those years. But in the 6th year, I made more than I made all the 5 years combined. Here's the crazy part. In the 7th year, I made more than the first 6 years combined. Because what? Momentum. Now, I say that to you because I want you to understand that was set up in a company that did not have was about telecom products. It wasn't even a product people got excited about. We didn't even change anybody's life, except financially. Here's the good part. Now we build real long-term residual can be built here. And it's really it'll make you lazy if you let it. And I got that way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably didn't put on a pair of shoes except to go to church for about a year. I just wore sandals and house shoes because I just rested. But guys, it's time to be on the road. There's so much happening right now. I wrote all kinds of notes. I will tell you this. So my last thing I will leave you with, and Coach, I'll let, if you have a question, I will, I pray like it's all up to God, but I work like it's all up to me. I pray hard for good things to happen to me, but I pray like it's all up to God, but I work like it's all up to me. Because I heard my mentor in this industry was a man who always told me, God feeds the birds, but he don't deliver the worms. And I thought that was a great slogan to live by. God feeds the birds, but he doesn't deliver the worms. So so to give you an idea how good my mentor had been, he had earned 12 million a year in network marketing. 12 million a year for 2 years in a row. So I listened when that man spoke, and he's deceased today. But I'll tell you what, I learned a lot about what you have to do and how much desire. I listened to Art Williams a lot. I don't know if y'all know who old Art is, but if there's any great to me, just because of this, maybe it's because I like the Southern coach in him. I don't know what it is, but when he says, just do it. He said, you just do it, you just do it, you just do it. I love that speech when he says, but the truth of the matter is, yes, it is probably in my mind, the greatest motivational speech ever, because it is such the truth. There is nothing more than consistency and doing it over and over and over until you don't have to anymore. And then you might want to do it some more like I'm doing now. I don't have to do it anymore. And I was laughing because y'all said, so glad 2020 is over. I'm like, dang, I love 2020. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I know we all talked about how bad this pandemic has been. And yes, and I know this, by the way, this is nothing about the loss of life. I don't get the wrong impression. I have got friends and people that have been very sick, and I've lost some friends. But I want you to know from a business perspective, my business quadrupled this year. So it's hard for me to whine about the business. My business absolutely exploded and it's not supposed to. So I know this momentum that you're talking about, Coach. There is no question in my mind what's coming. And there's going to be a day when you'll look back and you'll say, it's just wild. It's been like being to the picture. I've seen the movie the other night. I watched it again. It's a Wonderful Life. I've probably seen it now 100 times. I know what they're going to say before they say it, but I listen again. Guys, I've been to the picture show before. What you're going to see happen over the next 12 to 24 months is you're going to see some things. It's going to be, I've just done it. I've been there and it's happening. I see all the things coming and it keeps me up at night. How many times, as long as I've been doing this, Coach, and I'm rambling, I got a pad by my bed now, a little pad, a pen with a light in it, because I'll think of somebody I'd forgotten. As long as I've been doing this, you think I wouldn't do that. I'll think of somebody and I'll wake up in the night. I don't want to wake Judy up, so I'll turn the little flashlight on and I'll write that name down. I know that's silly, but at some point when you get it and when it's in you, sometimes you get in a business. Some of you got in RX, some of you got in UA, some of you got in Limu. There's a day it gets in you and you recognize what's about to happen. It's different. And I've been in RX a long time, but RX has been in me for a good while too now. It's just that I see it's in me in another level. I feel like we're fixing to play for the Super Bowl. I think this company is going to just really do some special things. Hey, I could be wrong. Still make a bunch of money if it don't become a $10 billion company.
Chris, wow. I I see all the chats going up, and 2020 has been, I know your prayers go out, my prayers go out to all the families around the world been affected by what's went on, and then I was just like you. I went to my CPA, and obviously we're ending the fiscal year, and they congratulated me, and I just had my head down, and they said, and we just merged, like we just brought an organization. I mean, we're now here and we're in RX. We're so excited in New Age RX, but my CPA firm said, congratulations, you just had the biggest year ever. And I say that to say, you're going to see people, and I'm talking to you on the Zoom, you watching the recording, you're going to see your friends. You're going to see people that you showed up to an event with. You're going to see people that you sat at an event with that this year is going to start breaking ranks, that this year is going to start making money like that they never dreamed about making. You're going to see them like have huge transformations, and you're going to see them excel and soar. And there will be a lot of people who call them lucky. But Chris Doyle just gave you what those people are going to be doing this year. Like he just gave you the blueprint. Like you should be like right now, like you're a stretched out rubber band and you're getting ready to snap. Like it's like, I don't know about you, but like I got done with Christmas and I loved Christmas and it's my favorite time of year, but I can't wait to get out into the field. I can't wait to run. And Chris mentioned Art Williams. First of all, Chris, congratulations, new rank advancement. And his business has, I've watched it like just grow incredibly since I've been here this year. But the blueprint tonight, like what are you doing to set up your 2021 explosion? Because there's going to be people that people are going to look at and go, how did they do it? You heard him, and he loves Todd Rowland, and we both know Todd Rowland is one of the greatest networkers of all time in our industry. But he was a high school football coach. I was a high school football coach. Like me and Todd Rowland never thought about getting in network marketing. Like it was crazy. You're going to see people like us, like Chris Doyle, like Lance McAllister, like Anthony Moreland, like Andrea Rosser, that's going to crush 2021. What did they do? They went all in. They were that rubber band stretched out that they got their belief so high like Amanda McGinnis did at the events, that they come out like a rocket come 2021. They were doing 2-on-1s. They were doing Zoom meetings. They were showing the videos. They were doing their follow-ups. They were inviting. They were getting better and better and better. Every time they were sharing their story, every time they were getting on a three-way call, and then you go, man, they really got good by the end of the year. That's how. That's how. And Art Williams, he mentioned Art Williams. Go listen and watch Art Williams videos. You got to get so passionate here when you're at the right time at the right place that people's going to call you crazy. They're calling you crazy right now. Like there's people that's leaving the meeting right now because they're probably like, you guys are crazy on a Sunday night. But I believe when you realize, and your belief's there, and you realize you're at the right place at the right time with the right company to create an explosion, you got to get crazy. You got to get passionate. Your butt's got to be burning. You got to be on fire. That will create the just do it. What do I do, Chris? You just do it. You just do the 2-on-1. What do I do then? Well, then you just do it some more. Well, I want to go really fast and I want to make a lot of money. Well, then you need to really do it a lot. Well, what video do I show? A video, Todd Rowland's video, and you show it and you do it and you do it and you do it. Like this industry is so simple, an 8-year-old can do it. But the challenge is as adults, sometimes either the belief's not there, the plan's not there, or you just hadn't quite went, you know what? I'm willing, dang it, I'm coachable and I'm hungry and I'm going to be that rubber band that just goes and does it. That's where we're at right now. When you hear Chris Doyle talk to you on a Sunday night, he does not do calls on a Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing it tonight to close down the year of 2020 because you that are watching this, there's going to be people that go on to be 6- and 7-figure earners here. Because you got your belief right, you went all in, you chose to be crazy with us, you chose to get passionate with us, you chose to do what was coached, and you chose to do it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. What does the $100,000 a year person do that the $50,000 a year person does not do? They do it just a little bit more. They do the same thing. They just go a little bit harder.
That's it.
It's here. You could not be. I talk, Chris Doyle does too. I talk to 7-figure earners every day in our industry. They got our stock. They are bought into New Bell. They know where we're going. They know what we're doing. They know we are the prettiest girl at the dance. They know we are the company that's going to explode. Sitting in it. Don't let belief, Chris said it tonight, don't let education, don't let where you come from, don't let what you've done in the industry up to today, don't let any of that stop you from realizing that now is your time. Pray like it's all up to God, but work like it's all up to you. Guys, best thing I've heard tonight. And you got it. It's in you. And there's never been a better time to go all in. So I hope and pray for all of you out there, and I know Chris Doyle does too, that you go get what you deserve for you and your family, for your team, and for your future. Guys, thanks for being here tonight. Chris Doyle, as always, thanks for your leadership dedication.
Thank you, Coach. I want to add one thing to that, but the people don't understand. You didn't ask me to be on the call. I asked you, could I be on the call?
You sure did. You sure
That's
did.
how excited I am. And on Sunday night, my wife said, "You're going upstairs." I said, "It's the time." I said, I gotta practice too. Being on coach's call, it's about, I called you on Sunday, text you on Christmas night, did I not?
Absolutely.
Am I
You sure
excited?
did.
On Christmas night, I text you. I said, "Coach, can I be on your call Sunday night?" So I just want to throw that out. You didn't ask me to be here. I asked to be here. I know you was happy to have me, but I wanted to be on this call. So, guys, great timing. Thank y'all for
And thank you, Chris. And I'll tell you this, I'll end with this. I promise you this, Todd Rowland, Chris Doyle, myself, and the other leaders in this company are not telling you to do anything that we won't be out putting in our 12, 14, 16 hour a day doing ourselves. I will not miss this for my kids and for the future and for the legacy I'm going to leave and for what all the money and the finances can do for the people around me as I help them. What's your reason? What's your passion? What's that thing in you that you'll storm hell with a water pistol to go get? Find it over the next couple of days and go in with us on this company. We love you guys. We're grateful for you. God bless.